everyone, and welcome to our 4-H Live online learning session. My name is Maria Calvert. I am the State and Agriculture and Natural Resource Educator based out of Columbia, Missouri. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the different kinds of birds in Missouri, but also how to make some bird feeders out of plastic water bottles. So to get started, I'm going to go over the supplies that you might need to complete this project. Of course, you're going to need a water bottle. It can be a normal size water bottle or maybe even a 2-liter water bottle if you have one of those on hand. You're going to need a chopstick or a straw to act as a stand for the birds on your bird feeder. Some string, whether it's some ribbon or twine or yarn, whatever that might be. You're going to need some of that to make the hanger for your water bottle bird feeder. You're also going to need a push pin and a pair of scissors. These are going to help you cut some holes in that water bottle so that way you can attach all the parts and pieces that you might need. And then, of course, you're going to need a type of bird seed. There's 2 common types that you'll find at your local grocery store, at the hardware store, and we're going to go over both of those a little more specifically later on in this video. So first, I'm going to show you how to cut the holes in your water bottle. You're going to want to take a push pin and about 1 inch up, you're going to want to make a hole on either side. I've already made my holes in this water bottle, but I'm going to give you a chance to do so at home while you're following along with this video. So make sure you use that push pin and create a hole on both sides of the water bottle with the push pin. Then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to kind of make that hole a little bit bigger using the tip. Sometimes you can just push the scissors through and twist them, and that'll help make your hole a little bit bigger. With this bottom hole, you don't want them too large, but large enough that you can get your chopstick or your straw through. Then about 1/2 inch to 1 inch above that hole, you're going to do the same steps with the push pin and the scissors and make another set of holes opposite of each other, but directly above your first hole. These holes will help the birds get to the bird seed that you put in your water bottle and will act as that area for them to feed. So once you get those done, you're going to now move to the very top where you can see I have this ribbon strung through. Again, on either side, it doesn't have to be lined up with the other holes, but it may be easiest to do it that way. Same technique with the push pin and the scissors. You're going to do it on opposite sides and make that hole big enough that you can get your ribbon through it easily. Sometimes that can be a little bit tricky of a part, trying to string it all the way through. So you may want to have a parent or an adult help you with that part, along with also making these holes. If you are a younger 4-H member, we want to make sure you're being safe and have somebody there with you. As you're creating the rest of those holes, I'm going to kind of switch and talk about some of the birds that we have in the state of Missouri and also just around North America and kind of what you might see in your backyard. So on this paper, I have 3 different notes with 3 different numbers. The first one is 900, and this is the number of species of birds that we can find in North America. So that's quite a few. If you think about 900 different types of things, that's a lot. So there's lots of different kinds of birds that you can see, not only here at home, but also in different parts of North America. 400 is the number of species from this 900 that have been spotted in Missouri. So maybe they don't live here year-round, but maybe they migrate through or move through our state during warmer, cool seasons. 150 is the number of birds that are considered regular nesters. So this means that they are here year-round, they build their nests here, they raise young here, they are in our state and here to stay. So there's about 150 of those. Next, we're going to talk about some common birds that you might see around your home, feeding at bird feeders you already have, or just flying around your backyard. The first one I'm going to talk about is on the cover of this magazine, and this is a dark-eyed junco. So these birds are technically considered ground feeders, meaning that they commonly feed from remnants of seed or insects on the ground versus maybe in a tree or up in the air. You'll see these a lot in the wintertime. They definitely like to hang out in groups and visit your feeders. Another bird that you might see a little more often in the springtime is when I tend to notice them, but you'll also see them in the winter months, is a goldfinch. So these are very popular birds, kind of easy to pick out from the crowd as they have this distinct yellow and black coloring on them. And these birds mainly feed in trees. Like I said, they're very easy to identify based on their colorings and can be found in Missouri year-round. So hopefully you have the holes poked in your water bottle by now. Either you did it by yourself or you had the help of an adult, and you're ready for the next step. So once you get those holes poked through and the string attached, your next job is going to be to put your chopstick or your straw through the water bottle. So that bottom set of holes, the first holes that we put in the water bottle, you're just going to put the chopstick or the straw on one end and bring it through the other with, an even amount of space on either side. This is going to provide the opportunity for birds to perch on the bird feeder and eat from those secondary holes that you have created. So at this point, once you have the string and the chopstick or the straw through the holes, you're ready to put bird seed in your bird feeder. You can do that by either using a funnel or a piece of paper, just something to help guide the seed through the top of that water bottle. When you've done that, you'll want to make sure that you put the cap back on. This will help prevent any spillage, any water from getting inside the bottle once you put it outside. And then you can just take it off again when you need to refill your bird feeder. So the two types of bird seed that I have here are two different mixes. And the first one, which is also in our sample bottle, is a mix of a grain called milo. There's a little wheat in there, there's a little cracked corn, and some sunflower seeds. So this mix is very common. You can find it in your grocery store. A lot of people use it. Some birds maybe don't care for it as much as they do other types of seed, like the sunflower mixture. So the sunflower mixture can be called, sometimes you'll see it labeled the songbird mixture in your local store. It has sunflower seeds. This one has some crushed peanuts and some dried fruit. Types of birds that really enjoy this could be cardinals or bluebirds, blue jays, definitely those goldfinches and those juncos that we had mentioned early on. So this is really the one that I would recommend if you're wanting to attract songbirds to your yard, or maybe those birds that have more vibrant colors. They will eat this other milo mix of bird feed, but really what a lot of people recommend is this sunflower type of bird seed. You can use either, you can mix the two if you really want a good variety of birds in your yard. Really, it's whatever you have on hand or whatever you decide to pick up at the store. So with that, like I said, once you complete your bird feeder, go ahead and put the bird seed in it. Then I want you to think about where you're going to put your bird feeder. The common place might be, oh, I'm going to put it in a tree. And that's great. That's an awesome place to put your bird feeder in. But also think about what's nearby. Is your tree next to your back door or next to a window? And how is that going to affect the birds as they want to come and feed? You don't want it too close to your house, as any noise that you might be making in your house or nearby your house might scare the birds or not attract them to your feeder. But then you also want to think about, if it's so far away, then you won't be able to see the birds, which is also a really important part of this, is being able to see what kinds of birds you have in your backyard and just have the enjoyment of watching them. So hopefully you learned a little bit more about birds in Missouri and the different kinds of bird seed that you can provide to attract different ones. Also, hopefully you had all the materials on hand to make these very simple bird feeders. So hopefully you can start bringing birds to your yard and start watching them. One thing I want to recommend is that you check out the rest of our Facebook Live videos. There'll be one each weekday for the next several weeks. So it's a great way to learn about a new topic or learn new activities. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.